I guess I became an actor because my father was an actor, you know, and I really grew up watching him on sets, on stage, and you know, he had so much fun with what he was doing, so that, you know, for me it was totally natural to become one. I took ballet, jazz, name it. I did like acrobatics, capoeira. I was, you know, I thought I needed to learn everything. Well, yeah, if you're on a macho tip, you know, you might think that ballet is, you know, for girls. But I mean, once you experience it, it's one of the hardest things ever. So I guess, you know, ballet has a lot to do with boxing or being a priest. Because, you know, you can't eat, you have to suffer every day, you have to dedicate yourself to something, and you're not going to make any money out of it. I really worked and did everything I had to do with people of my age, of my generation, you know. We were young and angry, and we thought we were here to revolutionize French cinema. Didn't happen, though. La Haine, it was black and white, it was about the suburbs, it was something not against the government, but, you know, it was questioning the police system, you know. The heroes were like, you know, 3 young kids that nobody knew really, and a black, an Arab, and a Jew. You know, in a strange way, when we went to Cannes and we had the prize and everything, I felt something was wrong. Because, you know, we were talking about kids being shot by cops, you know, and here we were at the Cannes Film Festival drinking champagne. When La Haine was showing in theaters in Paris, it was crazy. I mean, I would literally, you know, wear a hat and go and watch it. It was crazy. Some theaters, people would scream, smoke joints, you know, drink. It was like a party, really. Only kids. You know, you have to understand that when La Haine came up, people, you know, they were not used to see those kind of, you know, that part of France. People thought that France was all about La Tour Eiffel and people eating camembert, you know, and. But you have black people in France. Incredible. Irreversible. Gaspard was a very renowned director. The story is, 5 o'clock in the morning at the Bain Douche, I'm sure you heard about it, back in the days, you know, that club, and at 5 o'clock in the morning he comes, you know, with a glass and he says, hey, you want to make a movie with your wife and real explicit scenes? What do you mean, explicit scenes? Yeah, real sex, you know. I say, Gaspard, come on, you're drunk, leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you. But, I mean, that stayed in my mind, you know, and that night I went back home and Monica wasn't, I mean, she was sleeping, but I kind of woke her up and I said, you know, Gaspard asked us if we wanted to make a movie with real sex, explicit sex scenes. And she said, but what did you answer? I answered no. And she said, but why? The next day I called him back and I said, you know, what do you mean by explicit sex scenes? To work with my wife is actually a plus because, you know, you don't have to be polite. You can go straight to the point. Plus, you know, it's a nice way to spend some more time together. Well, I love my work, and I really love the moment where you have to act, you know, that famous moment between action and cut, you know, the moment where you create the instant, really. But the rest, I'm not crazy about it. You know, the waiting and everything that goes with it, you know, it becomes work. That moment is more about passion, really. So, no, I mean, the only thing I wait for when I'm shooting is the end of the movie so I can be free again.